We always sound good, don't worry about that. Testing 1, 2, 3.
How do I sound, Josh?
Hang on. I think you sound good.
Do I sound good?
Yeah, Josh, actually, hang on. Because I know I'm alright.
Do I sound good?
Yeah.
I feel like I sound good. Sound good?
Yeah, you sound good.
Great.
Yeah. Alright. We have one team sheet in. We've got RMIT's line up, we're just waiting on Vic Lions. This will be the only game where this will be like this, I think, with the teams. Because usually all the teams near the top are pretty good. When it comes to Good evening, wherever you're watching in Victoria, across the nation, or indeed around the world. And welcome back to Darebin on what has turned a bit of a dreary and dim Friday evening. However, there is nothing dreary and dim about the Series Futsal Championship. The run-in has reached its final sprint, and at the foot of the table, things are starting to hot up. Victorian Lions are 3 points from safety with themselves, 2 matches to go, including this evening. If the late lunge for the escape is to be made by this side, you get the feeling it has to come now or it will not at all. A gut-wrenching defeat in a seesaw clash on Sunday against Footscray sees them stranded at the foot of the division, direly needing a fruitful Friday. A win would keep the playoff door open while simultaneously delaying the probability of demotion at the first time of asking since promotion last season. The league's leakiest defence will have to show steadiness if their search for salvation is to be successful. RMIT can keep their playoff hopes alive this evening. A ferocious 5-1 win over Carlton Hearts at the weekend just gone now sees them only 4 points from the possibility of promotion. It also snapped an unwanted run of 4 straight defeats, which momentarily had the door for relegation open, although it has since been shut, and a win tonight would mathematically secure that too. My name's Ethan Rigg, and I'm joined in championship commentary for the first time by Ari Stamatakos. Good evening, Ari.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much for nailing the pronunciation of the last name. Unbelievable. I was interested to see how you went with that, and you absolutely nailed it. You are born to be a commentator, my friend.
An incredibly important night throughout this division. We'll have 2 at the top of the table as well who go head-to-head in the late kickoff. In the midway, Footscray could find themselves at the top, but attention is all focused on the battle at the bottom, and 2 teams who are looking ever so desperately to fire themselves to safety. So RMIT wanted to make a bright start. However, this is a side this season who, all in all, have had a really mixed bag. Second worst defence in the league, only 1 goal fewer conceded than the Vic Lions. However, they've lashed in 40. So it's not been a side who have been afraid of finding the net, it's been keeping them out. That has been the main issue. There's a Raha. Tried the switch, and it's picked up by Al Hanai quickly, who went on his own and forced a brilliant save from Jason Ishak down low.
Early chance, fantastic save with his feet, down low, tipping it behind for a corner. A very kind of cagey start to the game, would you say? Both sides don't want to kind of show all their cards too early. Obviously, still very on in proceedings.
You get the feeling it's a proper relegation 6-pointer. It's Hadji. Refound Al Hanai. It's a good challenge made. And a return down the line from Hanya. Wasn't quite able to re-find Danny Toma, who'd just stolen a yard on Akid. Both of these teams know the importance of tonight. The Victorian Lions, although mathematically they wouldn't be relegated, it would mean they'd have to beat Northcote on the final day of the season, who currently are top of the table, in order to give themselves a glimmer of safety. And that is the hope as well, that Kensington, who are second from bottom, don't pick up any points in the process, which, if you look at the run homes, is going to be a much more different kettle of fish. RMIT have got Kensington next week, which would be an all-important one that could decide the fate of this Lions side without them having to take to court. There's a Keat. Went for Hadji, threaded it well. RMIT just looking and lurking. Saifi. Hadji once more. Had Al Hanai on the switch, decided he wanted to go at Hanya all on his own. Hadji tried to tiptoe his way. Toma then picked it up. Was surrounded by all entirely in RMIT. And it's a brilliant read from Al Hanai, who now wants to kickstart the counter the other way. Had options left and right. Arriving quickly. And they will have themselves another corner. Akid's effort just took a deflection out of play. Really good start from RMIT, who, it's been said, have had to make a lot of changes to their lineup this season and for the evening as well. Saw Mahdi Al Khawaja, who was player of the match against Hard last time out. Anthony Agnesi as well, in and amongst the substitutes tonight, so a bit of a reshuffle. Side playing a few of the youngsters. Tidy read, dropped off by Akid. Hadji went once more. Safai dropped it off for Al Hanai. Just really controlling proceedings at the moment are RMIT. And Ari, they want to put this Vic Lions team on the back foot straight away.
And they have done that. They've had a couple of early chances on goal, controlling possession here. It's a turnover almost out wide now. And another potential chance down on the right-hand side. Been really using that right-hand side to big effect. There's a fake shot cutting out wide, and Danny Toma with a vital interception to set the ball out of play.
Really wanting to link up down the right flank. Hadji has certainly been a useful outlet, and Al Hanai refines him with a tidy touch. Hadji stuttered, stepped, and then wasn't able to keep it in. Hanya came across to show him the door. just having to hold firm at the moment, Victorian Lions. A team who, when it comes to conceding goals, have done so in flurries at times this season. Happened against Footscray on Sunday, and it was a real late foray that saw them 2 down at the break, one which they recovered to a level, but then lost out on. That's a tidy ball from Hanya, over the top for Araha, and Thomas on his own! And the first real effort for the Lions was one which he flashed over.
Araha finding space just inside the D and manufacturing something. He's been the one that's really been trying to create something forward of the ball now, and as the ball coming down the other end quickly, slide in, couldn't quite get there, ball down the right-hand side, the left-hand side even. Running out of real estate. There was Al-Hanai. And the ball rebounded back into play.
Toma, Al-Hanai off an effort! Crashes it against the bar. Lions nearly gave RMIT a gift. Played themselves right into danger. The side ball taken short to Ishak. Given away to Al-Hanai right on the top of the area. He went for pace and placement and ended up hammering the upright. Still perhaps some growing pains for the Lions. Here's Araha once more. Stepped aside of Akid. Wanted the return. Hadji with a good read. And now they're on the break. Al-Hanai's at the back post. Hadji on the return. And Araha, who was at one end, did the defensive work at the other. Yusuf moved it on to Toma. Araha around Hadji. Able to keep the move alive. Calm it all down. Here's Hanya. The Lions happy to slow it. Return cut out by Hadji. Drops it off for Akid. Al-Hanai once again, who has come closest to breaking the deadlock. RMIT search for an opener. Safai had a go. Parried and picked up by Ishak at the second attempt, who went long for Hanya, who nearly got a yard. And Marabi just for a second had to be alert. Al-Hanai on for Safai. Had Hadji again lurking. Al-Hanai face to face with Araha. Hadji. It's a lovely switch again for Al-Hanai, who fancied to go around Araha, and this time flashed his effort over instead of off the upright.
He's been the danger man early. Been the danger man early for RMIT. Really putting pressure on the Lions' defence. A couple of shots, both coming inside and coming outside onto his left and right foot. Both just going over, however. But if you can get more chances like that, you'd back him to score 9 times out of 10.
Perhaps warning signs for Victorian Lions so far. Al-Hanai's had a couple of really good looks. Hanya nearly gave it away. Toma then took over. Araha's touch, one which favoured Hadji, 2 went sliding, neither got contact. Al-Hanai's now on the charge, on the return for Hadji, via Hanya and off the line. What a brilliant block. Vital, absolutely vital from Zaya. It was inches from being the opening goal that RMIT so desired, and Al-Hanai was still looking. Safai dropped it off, but they were ever so close. Zaya, Ari had to get there in the nick of time and did so.
And a bit of mutual respect there from Hadji after the beautiful goal line clearance. I wonder just how close that came from going over the line, but that's just the desperation early from RMIT, which you love to see.
Desperation will certainly be needed to get themselves out of trouble. Mahdi Al-Khawaja, who's been instated for the first time this evening, gets his first touch. Tidy ball in for Al-Hanai. Couldn't get around Zaya. Hanya took over. Went back for Ishak, who was happy to hammer it away.
Not the first time he's gone long tonight via his feet or with his hands, trying to find Araha up front, who's been the real focal point for the Lions every time they have ventured forward, which hasn't been a lot tonight so far. RMIT dominating the ball with Hadji out wide.
And the switch for Al-Hanai. Again, his face-to-face with Araha. Safai's return was cut out by Zaya, and Al-Hanai's lunge was just a little bit late. And Victorian Lions want time out at the end of it, perhaps needing a bit more adventure injected into this side. Past the halfway stage of the first half of tonight's early kickoff. It's Victorian Lions 0, RMIT 0. We return from timeout for the first time this evening, just as Ishak had an effort. At the moment, shots on goal have been scarce to come by for Victorian Lions. RMIT have made the most of the start and look to really control this game. Al Hanai's come closest. He hit the bar after nearly being given a gift. As RMIT search for safety mathematically this evening for Victorian Lions, 3 points just keeps the door for survival open. Here's Safai, lovely move from El Khawaja, who tiptoed his way round Zaya. The return was tiny, and Al Hanai used his hand to turn it in, and 4 it will go in the book.
Yeah, a bit too blatant, kind of chopping at the ball there at the back post. Fantastic chance created though on the far side, and that is the side they have been kind of threatening the most, really, down that right hand side. And as Ishak goes long again, someone for Hanya, the ball stays out of play. They've gone long plenty of times tonight, Victoria Lions, to try to find that success forward of the ball as they get their first real chance at sustained possession in the front half as the ball coming out wide, shot across goal. Was there a hand used there? RMIT claiming it, referee saying no, and the goal is given. So
it took a touch off of an RMIT player.
There you go.
So the deflection off an RMIT hand is their undoing. A rolling foul signalled for that as well. And Victorian Lions, on a night where they need to win, have themselves ahead. The shouts for handball from RMIT, unfortunately perhaps, incriminated themselves.
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously, the referee did come off a hand. The rolling foul advantage played in the back of the net, and from a handball decision going against RMIT up one end, has gone for the Lions up the other, and the ball down here on the left-hand side again. Vital interception there from Al Hanai, doing it up both ends. As Hanya now on the far side looking to bring the ball back into play. Hazaraha uses him. Cutting inside onto the right foot. Dancing feet, brilliant. Great save. Calls for handball again. Waved away by the referee. And coming down this left-hand side, running out of real estate, was Haji. So a couple of minutes of madness up both ends. Handball, cries, goals, chances. This game has sparked into life.
Ever so nearly a double in the space of a minute for Victorian Lions, and Araha, who has been the most likely, been the most threatening for them this season, looking to add an 8th for the campaign. However, they might be on the wrong end this time round. RMIT on the charge. That's a brilliant, brilliant intervention from Toma, who's now got Araha. Haji is the one blocking him. Lovely switch out for Hanya. Options arriving for him. Toma drifting, Hanya stabbing, and they'll have a corner.
Finding their way into the game. They got that goal. Fortunate or unfortunate enough, you would say, but you do create your own luck in this game. There's a ball on the edge now for hitting just to the near side from Araha, just trying to sneak it in at that near post. So the Lions have clawed themselves back into the game after the timeout, getting the goal, and now looking to dominate proceedings as they bring the ball in from the side. Anya has Zaya on this very far side, all the way back out, and a mistake here from Ishak. Back out for Zaya as the press, very aggressive there from RMIT. And Haji ball forward, flicking on is brilliant. Big chance. Turning inside and out. Is there a foul? Referee says no. And Ishak goes long again, this time up for Hanya. And a chaotic couple of minutes here in this game as Haji on the far side. Just trying to catch my breath as the ball goes out of play.
Don't get a second to breathe in this division as we approach the stop clock period. RMIT with a shout. Mardi El Khawaja certainly thought he was impeded on his charge forward. Again with Haji, had Al Hanai one way, wanted to clip it towards him. Mohammed tried to make it work and Zara got across. An unbelievable turnaround since the timeout. Zaki Ahmed enters the building. He could play a pivotal role for RMIT, certainly in the second half, perhaps not the remainder of the first. Toma tried to take it under. Mohammed got a foot in. Hadji came away with it. Wanted to dance his way forward. Zaya wanted to make the challenge. Toma had it picked by Hadji. Ishak parried. Mohammed on the follow-in. Has turned it in for 1-1. They bundled it in. Hadji picked pockets, and Mohammed's follow-in was thumped beyond Ishak. And RMIT found the leveller they looked for.
Death by 1,000 cuts there. Chance after chance after chance in the first half of this first half. There's a big chance up the other end for the Lions as Hanya's headed effort goes wide. Yeah, death by 1,000 cuts really. Chance after chance in the first half of this half. Unable to find the back of the net. And they do now. Just when the game was slightly slipping away from them, they find that crucial goal to get it back all square. I would say on the balance of the game probably deserved. However, based on the last couple of minutes, you would say it's a little bit of a smash and grab as the ball long. Straight into the keeper's arms. It's Al Khawaja on this side. Now for Hadji. Al Khawaja has Mohammed centrally, who now finds his space out wide. And is used. So just getting the control of the game. As Hadji tries to turn inside and out. Couldn't quite. Big chance now for the Lions. As it was Araha who got the interception and was fouled by Hadji. And the referee is drawing a yellow ticket. Much to the controversy around the arena.
That first move from the referee. The first card he pulled out of his pocket was red. And I think he realised it was the wrong one. Just for a moment, Hadji's knight would have flashed before his eyes.
I did notice that.
Ever so nearly.
I did notice that.
Ever so nearly they were down to 4. Instead they have a free kick to defend. Zaya sitting, perhaps coming off. Hanya's take. Araha's hits. Blocked by Hadji this time. Victorian Lions continuing the push. Have themselves a corner. Again, Hanya's take. Again, Araha the target. Al-Hanai got in the way, and now Al-Khawaja can lead the break. It's 2-on-1. Lovely sidestep. It's brilliant. And Mohammed on the bundle in has thumped it home for 2-1. Turnaround in next to no time. There might have been a hand on the line. It's yellow. Everything is happening. Darabin descending into chaos, and RMIT have turned it round.
Turned it around with some protest for the decision of the referee to give a yellow card for a clear handball on the line. Referee saying advantage because it was a goal. And he's only given a yellow card. I would have loved to see what would have happened if that hand was a bit stronger and denied the ball from going in. I think that's the clearest red card you would see, but the referee goes yellow. As we take a momentary pause to catch our breath as the Lions bring the ball back into play from kickoff. Interception straight away. Big chance now for Misri compiler out for Mohammed. Back inside. Great block on the line. One more. Brackheel, brilliant. Chance, goal! Unbelievable bit of footwork. An even better finish by Al-Hanai. And a Misri compiler back-to-back within 30 seconds. And for all the good work the Lions have done after the timeout, it has come undone within a matter of seconds.
Flick from Al-Khawaja was fanciful as well. It was beautiful just to allow Al-Hanai to thump it into the bottom corner. 2 in a minute for him, and it might not be done yet. Hadji's on the march. Al-Khawaja, it was a fraction wide for him, and Araha came rattling through.
No nonsense, that.
Certainly no risk taken. Cleared with some force. And Simon Araha's just had a frustrating couple of minutes. And Al-Khawaja nearly felt that. Hadji flashed it. Al-Hanai was lurking and was a matter of inches away from a first half hat-trick.
Brilliant movement in the D there to find himself in that space. Just maybe the ball came a bit too quickly across the face for him. Couldn't quite get a foot, a shin, a knee, anybody part on the ball, and it would have gone in. But the chance goes begging, and that would have really hurt the Lions after their good start. After the timeout, as a ball up now for Araha. Corralled by Hadji. Back out. Toma. Tries to find the back with a 1-2, but Haji now with the interception. And the ball out wide for Mohammed. Fakes the shot, takes the touch a little bit wide, and he's forced out wide as he is by Hanya, but they get the ball back. So, finding the way back into the game. 2 quick goals. Could have been a third, potentially should have been a third. And Mohammed bringing the ball back into play. And the effort fizzed across the face of goal by Al Khawaja. And now the balance of the game is being restored.
Khanya turned it into Araha, who was again gone to by Haji. Al Khawaja came to cut the channel, and all of a sudden they're on the march. Mohammed is through again, and Khanya's slide is a beauty. It's a terrific challenge. Just to slow up Abdi Fatah Mohammed, who's looked lively since coming on. RMIT sustained pressure. Al Khawaja again. Didn't quite catch that one as cleanly as he would have liked. 2.5 to half time. The Lions in need of a way back into the game. Araha dropped it off for Toma. It's a tidy ball wide. Al Hanai came across to block Yusuf's ball. Again, Araha just lurking. Been a potent threat when they have gone forward. Toma. Here is Araha once more. Again, couldn't spin Haji. Ricocheted out for Toma. Araha did well to keep that alive. Toma's touch, it trickles down the touchline. Khanya. It's a smashing ball to find Araha, who had Yusuf all on his own at the back post if he was able to get it out there. But Haji again has really started that match up well.
Big chance there. He had acres of space on this near side. Yusuf, as he brings the ball back into play, hit across goal. Couldn't quite. Another chance here. Leg flying in there. And a foul given.
Now, Al Hanai just has to be careful here. He's already on a booking for a Maradona-esque punch, if you've just joined us. And that was just a late little dangle, and that might be his final warning. Someone who's on a hat-trick, has been potent going forward. RMIT could ill afford to lose him, and could ill afford to go down to 4 so close to half-time. Perhaps just the final caution giving.
It was reckless. The lunging leg, trying to find any bit of desperation there. And he's going again at the referee now.
In fact, Danny Thomas found himself in the book for dissent. Al Hanai going to the bench.
Taking himself off. Probably the smart choice, as handbags are seeming to flare now. So close to half-time, you don't want to do anything reckless.
Kevin Mahal will see out the half. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. And at the end of it all, Danny Thomas in the book. Victorian Lions have a free kick. And Al Hanai might be one more late leg dangle away from a second yellow. And it's 5 fouls for RMIT, who now have to walk the tightrope to the break. It'll be Araha's free kick. The wall does its job. El Khawaja got the important foot. RMIT also want timeout when they next can. A busy end to the first half. Lions wanting to launch themselves back into the game. Araha's poke wasn't goal bound, and they will have that timeout right away. The first time we went to one, it was 0-0. Since then, RMIT found themselves a goal behind and have turned this game on its head as they lead Victorian Lions by 3-1. We return from timeout. 2 minutes out to the end of the half. RMIT 3-1 up against Victorian Lions in a game which has just turned a little bit spiteful in the last 30 seconds or so. Plenty of yellow card being dished out. No fear of any kind of friction between these two teams. There's so much on the line at this stage in the season, at this stage of the calendar year. That's a lovely ball for Araha by Hanya, and it's a fabulous save down low by Marabi, who got down in the nick of time. Looked to go quickly for Mahal. Flicked on by Hanya. Toma's touch was tidy. And on the slide, Yusuf wasn't able to keep it alive.
If we're seeing this sort of desperation levels in the first half, I'd love to see what it will be when the game gets late, scores potentially locked or close, both teams needing to win. I'd love to see what happened from there. The ball goes up the other end, long ball up again, and a great save as Mahal on this far side. Inside ball as he gets it back. Beautiful footwork as Mohammed at the back post. Couldn't quite find him as the vital interception coming across there from Hanya. As Mahal looking to bring the ball back into play. And Haji's effort. Ricochets out again.
Late flurry to this first half perhaps for RMIT. They have themselves a corner. Haji's take two at the near post. Mahal was one of them. And Ishak just for a moment had to take no chances, and they will reload all over again. Again taken for Mahal, who stepped his way around wonderfully. And this time Yusuf came across to clear. We approach the final minute of the first half. Haji's take. Ahmed was galloping to the far post. RMIT just slowing the game right down at the moment, perhaps trying to take the sting out of the last couple minutes. Haji for Ahmed. And in fact,
rolling ball, I think was the call.
As Mahal stung the palms of Ishak. Rather bizarre, the retake. As Ishak again goes direct. Arahat just had a yard on Ahmed, but Marabi was able to claim. Quickly on for Mohammed, who had Mahal to his left. He found him. Mahal had himself surrounded. Nodded it back for Mohammed, who set it for Haji, who hammered his effort over.
The direct method from the Lions again leaves them a little bit short at the back. There's the quick counter from the interception as they bring it out short now. Yusuf, ball forward. Chance here. Oh, great interception by Mahal. Couldn't quite get it, a lot of it. Close control, brilliant. Mahal on the floor, giving the foul is the referee. And referee calling indirect.
Well, hang on a minute. RMIT have already had 5 fouls.
I was going to say, it was their 5th foul. Or 6th even.
So it should be a 10-metre penalty. In fact, no.
They're calling it indirect.
An indirect free kick. Strange option. Victorian Lions, this might be their last look at getting themselves right back in this game before half-time. 3 in the RMIT wall, with some size as well. Ahmed, Mohammed, Haji rounding it out. Mahal on one post. Toma just lurking, as was Yusuf. Hanya over it, sets it for Araha. Marabi with a brilliant save. Quickly off his line to make a vital block right at the very end of the first half. Could be huge for the momentum in this game. Hanya on for Araha. Around Mahal, but not beyond Mohammed, who took a tumble. Toma then took over. Mahal lurking at him, and Yusuf's touch was loose.
Crucial save late. The worst time to concede would be just before half-time, and still time to go. But the biggest chance now, going up the other end now, big chance for Mohammed. Mahal on the far side, couldn't quite get there, and in a heap goes Toma. But he brings the ball back into play. Ishak, long ball, up. couldn't quite find the Raha. As it will be an RMIT ball from the side.
Vic Lions in too much of a hurry to take it, even though it wasn't their possession.
Big 18 seconds to go.
Mohammed still lurking. Important slide from Hanya. Mohammed tried to twist and turn his way out of trouble. Haji on for Ahmed, who only found the palms of Ishak. Is there one last look? Ishak happy to take his time. Hanya, it's now or never. The clock might beat them. Important block by Mohammed. Toma was given a bundle. And that will be that to half-time. Maybe, almost maybe a little flashpoint at the end. Toma was collateral damage, but at half-time, Victorian Lions took the lead via a stroke of fortune. RMIT responded in kind, and they lead at half-time as it's Victorian Lions 1, RMIT 3. We return from half-time in what is already proving to be a relegation six-pointer between these two sides. Victorian Lions did lead RMIT, however, they find themselves 3-1 down at the half in a game which was just starting to flare before the break. In the half-time team talks, both of these sides will have looked at ways to go at each other and to switch the game in their favour in the second half. For Victorian Lions, it was an early flurry against Footscray that got the win into a position of prominence last week. However, it didn't quite come to the fore in the end. They'll be hoping that the script is similar but different on this occasion, as Thomas fouled early by Ahmed. But Ari, with it being such an important half for Victorian Lions season, what do you think the team talk would have been at half-time?
I think it would have been go back to what they did and the intensity they played at just after that timeout, towards maybe the middle third of that half, as the ball counter-attacking. Aji now on the right-footed effort. Deflected out. And the rebound now, ball back in. Brilliant footwork by Halnai. Back in for Haji. Can he find the chip off the crossbar? Just bouncing out of play. Or in play, I should say. And the corral down the touchline here. Al Halnai couldn't quite manufacture a ball back out to Yusuf. I'll get back to your question in a minute, as we are, as RMIT looking to continue their form that they finished the first half with. Yusuf's ball back out wide. Misplaced pass. Big chance here for the Lions. Can they find the gap? They can! Fantastic finish by Akeed. Capitalising on the misplaced pass. Rounding the goalkeeper brilliantly and sliding it through on the tightest of angles. And maybe that is what they were looking for coming after half-time, that intensity that they showed in the middle third of this first half.
You saw it last week against Footscray. Perhaps that might be the spark that ignites the fire. And Thomas charged at Ahmed. Victorian Lions, ever so a confidence and Apache team. Now Zaya just got them back into the game. Time wasn't quite able to turn it for Yusuf. RMIT wanted to take control of things. However, that early concession, it might just test their nerves. Here's Ahmed. Went through the legs of Toma, managed to keep it. Recycled to Al Hanai. Yusuf was hot on the press. Al Hanai found a way through him. Turned it into Haji, who spun supremely and won a belated free kick. Now Victorian Lions will be claiming there was an advantage, with the shot being taken. And that's what Zaki Ahmed is pleading the case of. Even though there might have been an advantage there, he was on the floor when the strike was to be hit. Victorian Lions manager sees it the other way on the touchline. Perhaps an opportunity for RMIT to give themselves just a bit of a breather, as the Lions were looking to pounce at the start of the second half. Two in the wall, one on either post. Be Ahmed to take. Either side lurking. Ahmed went alone! And a terrific block made at the expense of a corner.
Hanya with the crucial touch off his sort of shoulder, turning the body just at the right time.
It's Haji. Can they look to try and find a way through? Akeed forced to recycle. Hanya thought about the press. Ahmed now face to face with Toma. Again went through the legs, but this time to less success. Victoria Lions just taking the sting out of the RMIT attack right at the start of this second half. They know that perhaps their season could depend on how the next quarter of an hour plays out. Ishak went long. Lovely touch from Yusuf, and Zaya's got two! That is a wonderful goal! Yusuf's touch was delicate, deliberate and delightful. Zaya stole in on the late run, he's at the double, and the Lions have roared their way back into this game.
A brilliant couple of minutes just after half time. They found that intensity, they found that spark, and they found the two goals, but they got to switch on. The most vulnerable time you are is after you've just scored, and they've looked to nullify any quick chance there from RMIT. There's a ball now out wide. Tries to find his way through, but couldn't quite. And the counter-attack for Tomar tries to kind of roulette his way past the defence, couldn't quite. And the ball now for Araha. Finds it back on the left-hand side. Looking to hit up the anthem with that foot! That is some way to put your team in front. Araha with a world-class hit. And can you believe what you're seeing at Darebin?
It's a rocket from Araha. And Victorian Lions have thumped themselves ahead from 2 down at the break. The script has repeated itself, and it might be one which sees the prospect of salvation for this side. It's a delightful strike, laced with venom. Marabi merely a spectator as El Khawaja went beyond 1, beyond 2, but then lost out, and Hanya cleared much to Araha's distaste. It's a brilliant hit from him.
We could not have had a better view of that. That did not move. Arrow straight into the side netting.
Pole position for a piece of brilliance. And here is Araha once again. This time choosing to slow it down. Got around Haji, but his touch was heavy. Recycled by Ahmed. Marabi almost had a moment and was fouled by Araha, who himself is on a yellow and just needs to be cautious. Al-Hanai on for El Khawaja. Lost out to Toma, and the Lions are on the launch. Araha went his own. Marabi saved not once but twice. And now wants to go on the march. Away from Toma, on for Al-Hanai. Through the legs to find El Khawaja. It's a brilliant challenge. Ever so importantly made by Shamon. And in fact,
seems to be a final warning for Araha. For that minor indiscretion. No Marab.
Al-Hanai gave it a hit from that side ball. RMIT stunned right at the start of the second half. It has been a brilliant turnaround from the Lions, who at half-time might have just thought their days in the championship could have been numbered. And only under 10 minutes later have found themselves in dreamland as Ahmed. Haji. And charging at Shimon. Hanya got in the way at the expense of yet another RMIT corner. So starting to turn the screws. Ahmed's take, lovely check from Haji! Brilliant save from Ishak. Cleared only as far as El Khawaja. That's a wonder of ball! And a super double stop from Ishak to keep the lead intact. Superb goalkeeping to ensure that the Lions don't concede parity, and Al Khawaja got under it.
Beautiful double stop. Doing it up one end, doing it up the other. The Lions have found something in the second half. There's a ball looking to advance it on the right-hand side, and the counter-attack could be on it for RMIT. Haji tries to slip the ball through for Al Khawaja just in front of him. And that could have been the chance to get back into this game, wrestle momentum back in their favour. But it just goes begging, inches away from a one-on-one chance for Al Khawaja. As Ishak Long straight into Al Khawaja, as Haji trying to recover that second ball, as Al-Hanai couldn't quite keep it in, and they're going to rebound it back in the Lions on this far side through Hanya.
That's where time could become a factor. Ishak went looking. That's a lovely take from Araha. A tidy flick for Toma. Ahmed read it well. Toma then left a leg in and gives away a free kick. Again, much to the bewilderment of that Victorian Lions bench. RMIT in a hurry. Haji on for Ahmed. We got around Toma, but not Araha. Battled with Hanya and did well to win it back. 3 fouls for the Lions. Smashing ball for Al-Hanai! There's your hat-trick and there's your leveller. A super ball to find him, and he fizzed RMIT level once more with the utmost of composure. And having caught a late challenge, there might be further repercussions for the Lions. Nothing doing in terms of any further action from Yusuf's sliding challenge. Al-Hanai not best pleased about it, but will be best pleased about getting the equaliser that RMIT needed. And he's found once more, has El Khawaja on the far side, went on his own, and flashed his effort across the face.
He's the one creating things, doing things, giving RMIT a spark going forward. Clinical finish to find the equaliser just when his side needed it most. And another chance there, just wide. There's another direct ball, this time picked off by Haji. Ball out here for Al-Hanai. Can he turn onto his right foot? He can. Can he get a shot away? He can! Hitting, clattering off the woodwork. And the Lions can counter-attack now. Ball goes out of play, but once again, Al-Hanai creating, being that spark, being that energy going forward. And another effort, inches away from misery compiler for the Lions and to give RMIT the lead.
Just a simple shoulder drop. And he had himself room to thump it against the post. Second time tonight that he's been denied by the woodwork. Could have had 5, he'll be wondering. Here's Ahmed. Again on for Al-Hanai, who's twisting and trying to find a yard. After a few protests, he does have a corner. RMIT on the search for a goal that would put them back ahead. Al-Hanai's take, El Khawaja trying to find a yard. Mahdi El Khawaja, blocked by Hanya.
He seems to be getting his body in front of everything today, Hanya. Crucial effort, crucial block after crucial block.
What will be required of him? Especially further down the stretch. The shot clock just becomes a little bit nearer. Haji. Lovely clip. A swivel from El Khawaja, who claimed he was given a pull back by Yusuf. Referee had a good view of it and sees nothing wrong. Hanya had to give away for El Khawaja, who had Al-Hanai if he wanted to slide it instead of shoot.
Could have, man, potentially should have done better there. Just seemed to get on top of the ball. Couldn't strike it cleanly. And that would have been a big chance to take the lead again tonight.
Now creating those looks, RMIT. Haven't got that level of this game as ebbed and flowed. And now it's the Lions who need to dig deep. Yusuf on for Araha. Not around Haji, who had a real swipe at it. Both times Araha's still going. And did well to win a corner. The Lions on the push. Quickly for Toma. Turned it for Yusuf. Set back for Toma. Lovely futsal. That is a brilliant goal. Beauty. Toma stood over Al-Hanai, who was not best pleased. The Lions are back ahead. They want further action. And there's just ever more heat, ever more spice on a simmering early kickoff. Ever the dramatic moment in Darabin. Danny Toma went straight to Al-Hanai and stood over him as the Lions find themselves ahead. Now Araha's on the charge, had options with him. Yusuf was one, and Haji came across to make a critical intervention.
Handbags were threatened in the first half. Nearly boiling over there, I'm sure. If this trend continues, then it could boil over. But some quality futsal being played in between. A superb team goal by the Lions. It's an effort, great save from Araha, and the direct ball goes long just over the head of Mohammed. Some quality futsal, some physical futsal Fantastic way to start this Friday night. Foul not given. Ball up the other end. Mohammed, square ball, couldn't quite find the reverse pass from Ahmed. And that was another big chance, another turnover in the middle of the park, and then unable to capitalise as Hanya's ball tries to search for Danny Tomer up the other end and couldn't quite find him. Haji now. Ball to it near side for Ahmed. Ball out for Haji. Can he get there? He can. Can he get onto his right? Tries to get onto his left. Shot. Critical interception there by Araha. RMIT pressing. There's a ball back into play, but just coming unstuck in the final third. The Lions have been clinical this second half. RMIT just haven't been able to find it. When Al Hanai is not there, not leading the line, not providing that energy, just seems to be a little bit off. There's a long ball from Hanya. Handball claimed against Haji. The Lions bench is going berserk as the ball now for save!
Who has thumped it in? An equaliser amidst a lot of protest. They wanted handball against Haji. It wasn't given. RMIT on the charge. And Safai just held a yard and thumped it into the roof of the net. Again, they found a way to save themselves. The bench bewildered, deep in discussion with the officials. But it will stand, and here is Haji again. Slipped it on for Mohammed, so he's dragged his effort wide. Just as Safai was sliding to the back stick, and the Lions want timeout. In shot clock territory, the first of the second half, issued by the Victorian Lions, who conceded an equaliser once again as we go to timeout. It is the Victorian Lions 5, RMIT 5. An incredibly animated timeout team talk. The referees have issued a warning to that Victorian Lions bench, who have been certainly incensed with the nature of that equalising goal. They are not to look towards the timekeeping bench once again. Perhaps something ominous. The law being laid down as these teams are dead level. Inside the final 4 minutes, Haji's on the charge. Zaya with an important foot in. Ricocheted out to Ahmed. Could he perhaps be the one to turn something? Marabi, who took his time. That's a beauty of a ball. Ahmed had options charging. Safai was one and he's turned it wide. What a golden look. And might that be their moment to snatch the momentum and go ahead?
You'd almost put your house on it. Golden chance, like you said. Another chance goes begging for RMIT. Just unable to put the lines away. They've just lingered and lingered and lingered around as the direct ball again goes from goalkeeper to goalkeeper. And they will build again on this near side through Hadji. As Safai just forward, doesn't want to use him as he makes the ball run into the middle. Now gets used. Footwork brilliant. It's ball for Ahmed. Couldn't quite fight Safai there. Hadji used his body brilliantly. And a crucial interception there from Araha. Hadji now. Ball out wide. Safai again, another chance! Almost identical to the one he had moments ago, this time with the left foot fading across the face. Could not get clean contact.
They could have had a double. Safai.
Probably should have had a double.
Possibly should have. Certainly the case you can make. He might have been a match winner as well, had he connected with one of those two. Here's Toma. Not away from Hadji, who's on the charge. Mohammed with him. Rolled it on for Mohammed, who checked. Couldn't refine Hadji. Toma's intervention was brilliant. And the ball to behind Zaya, who's under Marabi and in. That's how you round out the hat-trick. Zaya zipped his way down and found the finish to put the Lions ahead. Unbelievable. Two gilt-edged looks for RMIT, neither converted, and then the Lions on the counter make them pay. Hadji's not done yet. Around Zaya, off the post. Crashed the base of the post. And yet another chance. Fails to find the net. Remarkable. Yet another opportunity for RMIT. As Ishak went long, Marabi wed it well. Ahmed. Chopped it off for Mohammed. Hadji. Have to find something. Safai. Dropped for Mohammed again. Toma dangled a leg. They kept the move alive. Safai was all on his own. Set it for Ahmed. It's a brilliant save from Ishak.
Safai there just couldn't quite get the ball out from under his feet. Maybe a little bit of lack of confidence after those two chances went begging. As Ishak goes long, direct, like they have done all night. Danny Toma, all on his own. And he manufactures something from here. Isolated with two players in and around him. Turn the ball over, but doesn't give up. And a play on given by the referee and a corner ball. Fantastic play by Danny Toma to manufacture something out of really nothing. Double teamed, isolated in the corner with no teammates around. As the rest defence from the Lions there to ensure no quick counter attacks. As Zaya on the left foot hit. Rudimentarily blocked by Hadji.
Just trying to find a goal that might finish this game off. It's been that kind of match. Breathing room for Victorian Lions might be too much. With how wasteful RMIT have been now, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Safai with a rather reckless shove. And he finds himself in the book for something unnecessary, really. Yusuf made the most of it. However, that from Safai was just a moment of madness. Might it cost RMIT? Hadji's on the charge! And they'll have a corner. Safai to take post haste. Drop for Mohammed. We got it back. On the switch for Hadji. Ahmed lurking centrally. He's got Hanya to go at. Time not their friend. Couldn't clip it beyond Toma, who's now hustled by Hadji. Toma turning. It's a wonderful take. And Toma's done superbly to win a corner.
Done it once before, did it again just then. isolated and creating the corner ball. Araha, the short option, used and hit straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. And Safai, challenge, foul, advantage not paid, and a card shown. Yellow card shown for Yusuf. The Lions bench and the officials engage in discussion. Safai and Haji over it. Haji's ball inside. Back out for Safai. Couldn't quite work it. Handball. Referee in perfect vision. Saw it. Gave it. And with time ticking away. Tick over a minute to go. RMIT getting desperate. The Lions just looking to hold on. Maintain possession, win corners and side balls and set pieces. There's Hanya's ball. Find Toma. Back in for Araha. Safai got in there well and can look to counter-attack. Ball through for Haji. Couldn't quite get there. Fantastic by Ishak to just get the toe to see it out for a corner. And Haji looking to bring the ball back into play.
This might be their last look. Safai. Haji. Blocked by Hanya. Will go all the way up for Marabi. A minute to save themselves. Haji, again not beyond Hanya, who has been at that all night. Ahmed's side ball. Haji couldn't thread it. Found its way to Yusuf, who went on his own and went speculatively rather than spectacularly. But still the time is ticking down. Every single second crucial. For the Victorian Lions, this could be safety. And the look at it. El Khawaja. Can he have one final say? Couldn't find Ahmed, who made it work anyway. El Khawaja then lost out. Araha's around Ahmed. Marabi came and didn't get there. On the slide, El Khawaja did superbly. Disbelief at the corner. The Lions just doing enough at the moment. Araha couldn't keep it alive. Might fall for Toma, who tested Marabi. Wanted to go quickly for Safai. Got in ahead of Hanya. Safai nearly lost it. Hanya cleared it only as far as Ahmed, who had Toma to go at. Ahmed tried to tiptoe beyond and was given a pull back. And Toma, who's already been booked, will walk. Victorian Lions, a man down. Toma will plead his case, but will have to walk inside the final minute. A red card for Danny Toma.
If they get the result, I don't think they'll mind.
You get the feeling it could be anything to stop, and the manager goes into the book as well for good measure. Protesting the case, 5 fouls for Victorian Lions as well. RMIT might have one last look at a leveller with a man advantage. To secure themselves safety. It is Haji's free kick off the bar. Fire a brilliant touch on the way through. It might not have come from Ishak. It took a deflection. One last corner. El Khawaja on for Haji. Couldn't thread it beyond Araha. They are throwing the kitchen sink at it and then some. Safai went on his own and scored. He might just have saved them. Poked into perfection. A brilliant finish. And has that been the last laugh against the Lions?
He's had chance after chance. And maybe that was his redemption. A picture perfect finish. Precise. Right in the bottom corner. Just when his side needed it most. But it's not done yet. As both sides still looking to capitalise now, and he might get another chance here if the ball can find him all alone. Renal Kawaja couldn't quite get the shot completely out of his feet. And the Lions now, maybe this is their chance.
This might be the last look. 3 seconds, it has to go. It might, it'll find Marabi, and that'll be that. The look at safety was one which a blind eye was turned to. 3 points were needed and only one was gained. They now are dangling dangerously above the drop zone. It could be confirmed tonight for them. Only one to play with 2 points to make up. A late leveller causing Victorian Lions heartbreak. Full time in Darabin. Victorian Lions 6, RMIT 6.
Thank you.
Perhaps the most important instalment of the evening. Footscray believe the door, not only for the playoffs, but for the very peak itself, has been flung wide open. A win tonight would take them momentarily top of the table and heap pressure on Northcote and Carlton Heart. 3 points would also give them back-to-back wins for the first time since September as the run-in hits its final sprint. It was Stojanovski to the rescue on Sunday in a dramatic game over Victorian Lions, one which they picked up up 3 massive points. The league's second most potent attack fired them to victory and will need to do so again tonight. A fire-fueled defeat for Kensington, on the other hand, now sees them in proper peril of relegation. A tricky run into the end of the season, where they faced 2 of the top 3 alongside RMIT sandwiched in between. The side who defensively have been amongst the best in the division, only the top 2 have conceded fewer, will now need to find some grit up top if they are to fire themselves to safety. A win would not only dent their opponent's title push, Ari, but would pull them within 2 points of one another.
Fantastic synopsis. Fantastic synopsis, I must say. If this game could be anywhere near as entertaining as what we saw only moments ago, then we'll be in for a thriller. A lot at stake. Both sides know what they have to do.
Championship oh so tight this season. The Eagles aren't exactly that far out of the promotion playoff places, realistically. If it were a longer season, they'd be looking at a late lunch. However, the shortened campaign places maximum importance on every single decision you make. And tonight, they've got to win just to steer themselves to safety. It would relegate Victorian Lions if the Kensington Eagles were to pick up all 3 points. And Friscalzo went searching for Stojic, but wasn't quite able to find him. Footscray, on the other hand, they know what this means. For the manager, delights to the Philippines, and flights for that trip have been delayed in order to come tonight and make sure that we have a 3-horse race. And Stojanovski searching early. Was found well by Ryan Davis, but the ball just tiptoed out of play as Stojic got all on his own momentarily. Jing He was alert to it. Stojanovski wanted to charge forwards. That's a fabulous challenge from Patrick Mara just to slow him up.
Physical start to the game. A bit like what we saw in the clash earlier on. Tackles flying in, shoulders flying in. Looking to be a fantastic game of futsal. If the tempo can be maintained as for what we've seen in the opening minute.
Stojanovski gave it a hit. All-important intervention made by Malyakar. Footscray know what is upon them. Playoff heartbreak last season. They want to ensure that they at least get that for a second consecutive go at promotion to the top flight. If they were to win the league, it would be quite something. Side have been on a journey. We're in State League 1 not too long ago. Now find themselves in the championship. And that promotion find has really seen their fortunes propelled. That's a brilliant challenge from Davis. Kept it alive for Abdul Latif, who's on the march again. And a brilliant save down low from Zaya Play. Prevents Footscray from finding a way through. And Mohamed Abdul Latif, who was a joy to watch on Sunday, nearly had his first involvement, and Stojic at the other end, as they go direct, turns Kensington ahead.
Direct football, the best football at times. Straight up from one end to another, deft touch from Stojic. Just a flicker past the keeper. Not a lot of science behind it, but it clinical, and it worked.
Route 1 the answer for Kensington, who at the moment are securing safety. That's a lovely flick from Stojic. Gave Mara a hot one to chase. Just wasn't quite able to keep that alive. But that's how they're going to get at this Footscray side, who like to sit higher and create that forward pressure. Good read from Friscalzo. Mara went early, and he had to gather. On for Abdul Latif. Couldn't clip it beyond Malyakar. Stojanovski chested it on for him. Stojic got in the way, and then got it back from Friscalzo. Abdul Latif out on the press, and to good effect.
Stojic involved early, up both ends. You'd think if they're going to have success today, he would be a big, big part of that.
Here's Abdul Latif. Footscray just trying to take the sting out of it. Wong found Stojanovski, then got it back. Threaded it on for Davis. And both Stojic and Malyakar put a stop to his advance. No Tom Franklin this evening. Perhaps one of the big outs for this Footscray side. Jason Barrientos back in as well, as he was absent on Sunday. So an almost 1-for-1 in terms of futsal players who can make a difference in this side. It's a good read from Wong, just as Stojic again was trying to work a yard. The way that he stretches this court and stretches this game already, Ari, is proving to be problematic for Footscray.
It's got them ahead. It's got Kensington ahead early as he's on the ball now. Tries to find himself on the right foot, but Stojanovski does well. Ball forward, tries to find Ryan Davis just a little bit ahead of him. So, yeah, Stojic there. Depth, big part of the key to success here for Kensington as he gets the ball now on this right-hand side. Did well to get the ball from out from under his feet. And Stojanovski with a lunging tackle, just seeing the ball wide of the post. So he's been involved early. He looks to be the danger man for Kensington. What can Footscray do to nullify his influence? There's Abdel Latif on this far side. Ball across the face for Wong. Touch, risky, but it worked. And Stojic again with a physical tackle. And wins the ball back. And he's going to recycle possession now.
Searching for Frascalzo, whose shot lacked sting. He was able to gather it calmly. Wong, Stojanovski, happy to drop it off. Wong with a lovely ball over the top for Al, but was telegraphed well by Mara, who came across. Kensington with a bright start on a night where they know safety could be secured. Al's take. The ball was in front of the line. And so it's another just rather cheap giveaway of possession. Allows the pressure off. Frascalzo. To move it on quickly to Pacione. Frascalzo once more. Tidy ball to Patton, who stepped Wong wonderfully. Patton's on his own and has belted it in for two. Placed to perfection. A piercing Patton hit. And Kensington have crashed the Footscray party.
Two early goals could not be more opposite. A deft touch from Stojic very early, and then a thunderbolt of an effort to fire Kensington. 2 goals to the good. Fantastic hit by Oliver Patton. It's Footscray on the back foot early. Stojanovski now back. Gets it back. Can he find his way onto his right foot? Tries to cut back onto his left. Patton with interception. Can drive forward now. Another crucial interception there by Wong. And the counter-attack on is a late lunging foot by Patton.
Galura was just looking to go. Patton with just a couple of fouls, starting to rack them up. Kensington won't want to get themselves into too much trouble with that too early. Stojanovski's free kick. It's one which he gave a thump towards the back post, and Abdul Latifi wanted to make a late darting run. One which he didn't oblige him with. Frascalzo went with fizz for Patton, whose touch was heavy. Abdul Latif was tidy. Galura, lovely step and had a hit. Lashed his effort just wide of the near post. Footscray wanting to run the changes. A really full ensemble, and that might come into play later. Maliakar, not away from Al, who stepped his way forward. Had options left and right. Galura was one of them. Set for Stojanovski. Away from Patton, away from Frascalzo. Galura, just as he was about to pull the trigger, had Maliakar come across. And a rolling foul for Kensington. That's their third in 10 minutes. They're just starting to feel the ice thin between their feet.
The physical start has continued. Could it be the reason they're 2 goals in front? But the fouls, like you said, Ethan, are piling up. As I look to rebound here. Interception, a loose ball. Chance now for Footscray. That is very loose in possession as Al's right-footed effort comfortably saved. At a good height. Abdel Latif now all the way back. Gallara. In ball for Al. Abdel Latif. Gallara tries to find space. Al. Gallara finds his way onto the left foot. Beautiful interception there by Patton. Can he find his way onto his right foot? He can. Sure, take it all the way right. And just couldn't quite find the angle. ended up dispatching his effort basically on the byline. Very, very tough chance from there. But they're finding the ball in the middle third. They're getting the interceptions and they're driving forward. Not the first time they've done that today. Galara on this, straight down the middle of the park. Abdulatif. Galara, can he find space now? He does. Brilliant ball for Al. Back for Galara. Couldn't quite batten with the knee, seeing the ball out of play. So Footscray finding the passes, finding those balls in between the lines. But Kensington looking very dangerous on the counter-attack when they get the turnover in possession.
Finding their feet at the moment of Footscray is Gulura, who's been good since being injected into this match. Refound by Al. Mara wanted to press. Abdulatif. Fancies a look down the line. Had 2 to go at. Abdulatif wanted to trick his way beyond 2. Picked off by Mara, who is surrounded by a wall of Footscray in defence. It's clipped out towards us. De Tomas's clearance via Mara nearly gave the commentary box something to think about.
I think it did.
Testing the goalkeeping acumen of Ari Stamatakos, we can assure you the clean sheet's still intact. De Tomasis returns all the way back for Heat. Barrientos also injected. So Footscray running the changes. Out, got it from Gulura, pressed by Friscalzo, cut out well by Mara, who had an open goal. If it wasn't for he who made an intervention at the expense of a corner. A really good look. Shot hit with venom. Caused the parry in another set piece. Friscalzo, Mara, flashed it across the face, wanted Stojic perhaps to dangle a leg. He wasn't quite able to get himself set in time to do so. That's great, having to find a way back into this game. Gulura, ow, that's a lovely touch. Skip beyond a few, on for Barrientos, and the return was too bullish for Al to get on the end of.
Immediate impact off the bench. Barrientos finding the space out wide, getting the ball back across the face. But Al couldn't quite get the touch on it. As De Tomasis did well to just put the forward pressure on. So when Footscray can press Kensington back, they look good. When they can get the ball in possession, they look good. Just on the counter-attack, they struggle. Ball out wide now. A big chance across the face of goal, and it's bundled in. Galara might have got the final touch, but it won't matter. They get one back. And the reward for the possession, for the dominance, is there. And they get their goal back.
Footscray, who've been knocking on the door, find themselves an avenue. Deficit halved. As we tick towards the stop clock. Again, searching for Stojic, whose take was supreme, and then Gulura got up. That diagonal from Paccione was to absolute perfection. Kensington wanting to hold the momentum. Stojic, Paccione. Couldn't battle beyond Barrientos, who got a foot in. Stojic, who's been all important, got a tidy return. Was hustled by Al, couldn't steer it on for Friscalzo. Again, that little look goes begging. Gulura. Barrientos was part of that playoff run, which was unsuccessful at the end of the first season of the calendar year. Here he is again, he got it from Gulura. Al dropped it off. Lovely ball from Gulura. De Tomasis had it blocked in the end. Went and won it back. Still tried to tiptoe forward. Mara's challenge. Then broke for Paccione. Stojic went well. And just couldn't steer it into the net.
He did well, came out, closed the angle, forced the early shot, and actually did get a touch to see it behind, so even more credit to the goalkeeper there. Stojic looking to bring the ball back into play. All the way back out now for Friscalzo on the effort. Not troubling the goalkeeper at all. As a direct ball goes long for how? Quite nearly almost exact replica of Kensington's first goal. The long throw up from the goalkeeper and the flick on but couldn't quite steer into the back of the net. There's a ball back and out for Galara. He shot right into Patrick Mara, back out for another corner. Will the set piece be repeated? It will. Galara now, closed down by Mara. Galara tries to find the man in the middle, and he does, but once again, the defence of Footscray, of Kensington rather, looking very solid. As Barrientos couldn't quite find some space. Stojic now takes it down with his chest. De Tomasis does well, does very well to take it off him and to get it away and to counter-attack now. Has Al on his far side if he wants to use him, and does. Can he get the ball into his right foot? Back out for De Tomasis. And a bit of a lull in possession there as his right-footed effort just goes the far side of the goals. The long ball once again, flick on again from Stojic. This time this goes wide of the post, but that is a set play that they're looking to repeat time and time again. It came with success the first time around, and they're looking to go at it again. There's Barrientos now looking to get onto his right foot. Shot blocked. De Tomasis now brought down, and the counter-attack on for Scalzo. Out wide, big chance. Another crucial block there by Galara. So when they can get the quick ball movement up the court, at pace, direct, they look dangerous. Another big chance.
Again for Scalzo. Couldn't quite find the return from Aliakat. Kensington, when they go route one, look their most potent, and they have a corner. Final touch from Barrientos. Went out for Mara. Gulura went to him. Maliakat forced to retreat. Al was clipping at the heels. Again, they go long looking for Stojic. This time too long. But it is that effort. He's looked uncertain. De Tomasis sat Stojic down. Gulura. Barrientos. Is there another Footscray look? Gulura. De Tomasis couldn't find out. Given away from Aliakar, and De Tomasis handled it on the slide. And for it will find himself in the book. And Kensington want timeout, just to cool the situation down. Footscray have gathered some momentum back, but as we go to timeout for the first time, it's Footscray 1, Kensington 2. We return from timeout for the first time. Kensington, who hit Footscray with a quick 1-2 punch, now had their lead cut in half, but are looking to reinstate it. Patton! It didn't cross the line. Kensington protest. Jing He got a hand, and it might be a critical one. As Al then nods to safety. Really on the search to get that buffer back. Stojic couldn't thread for Patton. He was waiting on a counter that never came. Barrientos, not beyond Stojic, who did superbly to keep it alive. Steered it on for Patton, who had an overlap and a back run. He went on his own! And via a deflection wins a corner. Maliakar was lurking. And again, Kensington just sustaining some pressure. Patton's take, flicked away by Barrientos. Galura not beyond Malikar, who had a wild swipe, and his effort went wide as a result.
Fast, energetic start after the timeout from the Eagles. Patton got it from Stojic and gets it back to him. He finds space onto his right foot, he can. As a deflected effort comes right to our broadcast desk. Back into play.
Steered away by out. And they're just trying to hang in there at the moment. Footscray, you get the feeling. Patton tried to thread it and did for Stojic, whose swivel and shot was sharp. He might have been beaten. Stojanovski back on to the end. It bore fruit on Sunday, where he got 2 in next to no time. Wong. Place for Galura, who wants to go at Stojic, and steered his effort well over. It's more positive from Footscray. 3 to the break. You can hear Footscray being urged to stay high. Kensington have had success going direct. Wong's intervention couldn't find Galura. Ricocheted for Stojic. Maliakar. Pacione. That's a lovely ball to find Stojic, who worked a yard for himself and then had to go out the other way. Pacione went on his own and flashed his effort just wide. Again, a vital intervention being made. Another Kensington corner. Maliakar arriving, Stojic lurking, wanted the flick, Stojanovski placed. Pacione prevented the counter. Wong went looking. And now it'll be Footscray's turn to have a set piece.
Counter-attack was on there for Footscray that could not quite get the clear ball through. Ball back in across from Wong, and it was Stojanovski's effort which was blocked. The ball arrow now for Gallara. As Wong uses him. Gallara. Interplay between themselves with the whole court to look at. Stojanovski now getting involved. Dancing feet, couldn't quite get past Patton, and the counter-attack could be on for Kensington. Stojic, fantastic interception there by Davies. Can drive it forward, couldn't quite find Stojanovski, not enough power in the pass, and the counter-attack on. Pacione now, can he get onto his left? Gets a square ball, and a fantastic stop by he. Oliver Patton could not quite find the angle. It looked for all money that they were going to get another one on the score sheet. But the goalkeeper flying across and making a crucial save is Pacione now. All the way back for Maliakar. Frascalzo now with the effort, straight into the path of Ollie Patton, but couldn't quite get the ball from out from under his feet. And the long ball for Ryan Davies, another crucial interception there. This time from Pacione with the header, as he's calling to the bench now. So a lull in proceedings. As Footscray look to bring the ball back into play. Stojanovski now has Ryan Davies short. Doesn't use him. Goes further wide for Gallara. Back to Davies. Onto his right foot. Coming across. Crucial interception there. Was Pacione, who once again signals for the bench. So expect the change to be made. There's Galara's effort from the restart. High and wide. And that change is made as Stojic re-enters the court.
We expect them to go looking for him almost immediately. Instead, it's Frascalzo, the one wanting to be found. He wasn't quite able to. Kensington have held firm in this first half so far. There's another late Footscray flurry on the cards. Davis with a loose touch. And then made up for it as Mara was lurking. Wong. Waited on an option. Stojic nearly hustled him into a problem. That's terrific from Wong for Davis, who got away from Frascalzo. Not quite Maliakar. Frascalzo, Stojic, smashing ball for Maliakar, who got it all wrong. And fluffed his lines at the final moment. Took an unfortunate sit-up for him. And he sliced as he smashed it over. Stojanovski can't quite find Davis. It's not perhaps the ending to the half Footscray had envisioned so far. Plenty to ponder at the break. Frascalzo wanted to go for Stojic. It's a good read from Wong. Davis. Wong once more. Driving down that touchline. Sting the palms. Cleared by Mara. Stojanovski was the one to get across. Blay again just got himself in the way. Stojic. Wanted to move on Wong. Couldn't find Maliakar. Abdulatif on for Stojanovski. Footscray had options. Stojic hustling his way back. Managed to keep it alive as well. Frascalzo now on the counter. Options left and right. Read well by Wong, but Frascalzo kept it moving. Maliakar. Again forced back. Frascalzo went clipping and couldn't find Mara. Another important look perhaps for Kensington. Right at the end of the first half. 22 seconds to the break. There's Jing Hee. On for Abdulatif. Have they got one more look in them? Wong. Threaded for Davis, who's around for Frascalzo and has thumped in an equaliser. Right in the nick of time. Footscray find their leveller before the break.
Talk about a needed goal. Talk about a goal to capitalise on the reward that Footscray have had in possession so far tonight. Fantastic finish to see out the half, and it is building for a tantalising 20 minutes of futsal right after this half-time break.
And Footscray, who were 2 down early, have got themselves on terms moments before the break. As we go to half-time, it's Footscray 2, Kensington 2. We return from half-time. Footscray, who were 2 down early, got themselves level right in the nick of time before the break. And Kensington, who looked so assured in the first step of the first half, have it to do. Mara had an early look. And it's because of that pressure offered by Stojic. We saw it early for the first goal. But still in this second half, Ari, he's somebody who could cause a lot of headaches.
Absolutely, on the ball now. Ball out wide, fantastic footwork, and tries to get it back. Frescalzo on the far side. The interplay of Stojic, acting as a target man, but chance now for Abdulatif. Ball out wide, chance, another chance goes begging, this time for Wong, who couldn't quite get the ball either side of Blay in goal.
He was flat-footed, Wong. Lovely from Abdulatif to go unselfish, but you've got to be on your toes in that situation. If that was the case, he might have been able to turn it in.
Stojic again, working the channels, playing back to goal. He can do it all. It has been critical to Kensington's success so far. As Paccione tries to find him, but couldn't quite. Wong now. Ignores Abdulatif, goes longer for Davies. Intercepted now by Frescalzo. Tries to find Stojic. Wong intercepts. And Stojanovski goes over the top. Finds Davies on the foot effort. Just couldn't strike it cleanly. And bounces wide of the goal. But that was beautiful, direct build-up play. Straight up to the most forward player. And that is the ball that has hit the netting, or the rope, or the chain, and the sideboard to reintroduce things with Wong on this near side for Davis. Physical pressure there from Frescalzo, and does enough to win the ball for his side. So the physical pressure from Kensington has already led to some goals, but he's leading to turnovers in possession as Stojic now. Has Mara in the middle, tries to find him, couldn't quite get the ball from under his feet, and Abdulatif does well to use his physical presence to see it out for a side ball.
That railing, certainly a scourge on Sundays, has been found for the first time on Friday. Abdulatif gave Stojanovski one to go at with Patton, found its way to Paccione. Threaded down the line for Stojic! Oh, it's a beauty! A Stojic special! Kensington back ahead, and in some style as well. Picked his spot and placed it to aplomb. A supreme finish. And he had to withstand some pressure right at the end of the first half. Easy for heads to drop. Kensington have themselves back ahead. Wong with an all-important intervention. Superb from Stojic for his second. Stojanovski's touch was wonderful. Abdulatif wanted to spin. Paccione picked it off. And Patton with him. Stojic too. Stojic is on a hat-trick and has got it! 2 in a minute. Calamitous for Footscray is fantastic for Kensington.
A brilliant minute of futsal from Stojic. Doing it at both sides, both wings. Similar goals, but an excellence of execution in front of goal. There's Wong now. Has Abdulatif wider, doesn't want to use him, back out for Davies. Can they find a way to get a stranglehold back into this game? Abdulatif onto his left foot. Ball spun in behind brilliantly for Stojanovski, who couldn't quite get the clear ball, or couldn't quite get a clear shot away. Fantastic save. And another chance goes begging for Footscray. Something to get themselves back into the game after the quick misery compiler by Stojic up the other end. As Abdulatif now. Tricky feet. Can he find some space as his pass just goes behind Stojanovski all the way back. Wong. Stojanovski in space on this right-hand side. Shut down brilliantly by Mara. As Stojanovski looks to bring the ball back into play. Abdulatif. Wong all the way back. Onto his right foot. Gets a yard of space. And Patrick Mara with a fantastic block, closing down to perfection, seeing it out for a corner, which will be brought back in by Davies. Out for Wong. Has Stojanovski uses him. Has Abdelatif uses him. Isolated now. Inside for Davies, who lined up the effort. The foot and the leg was swung back, but a crucial interception there. And the rebound now. Referee says play on. Fair tackle from Stojic as he looks to bring the ball forward now. Reverse pass. Trying to find Patton. Couldn't quite. Forward pressure's brilliant. Gets it back in for Patton. And a crucial interception there from Abdelatif, seeing it behind for a corner. Ball to the back post. Stojic all alone. And based on his form tonight, you'd expect him to do better there. The headed shot straight into the waiting arms of the goalkeeper.
Could have just picked his spot and placed it. There's Stojic. Kensington ramping up the pressure. There's another brilliant stint for him comes to an end.
Either side of the goalkeeper there, and it's 3 in a matter of minutes.
Frascalzo. On for Patton. Around Wong. Frascalzo's following. It's 5. 5-star futsal from Kensington. And for Footscray, it's dissolving quickly. A thumping start to the second half. And the Eagles are soaring. Super futsal. And they picked Footscray apart once again. Frascalzo on the finish. And what was level at half-time is now a position of real peril for Footscray's title bid, perhaps. He went long. Frascalzo cut it out. And tonight was the night where they would have looked to go right to the top of the table momentarily. Isn't unfolding as such. As it stands, Kensington reel them within 2 points. Wong. Abdelatif on for Galura. Stojanovski. Tidy ball to find Wong, who kept it alive. Stojanovski. Wong. Galura. Away from Paccione. Sold Abdelatif short. Maliakar with a good read. Frascalzo. Paccione. You can hear that Kensington bench just telling them to calm it down. And Maliakar's touch was perhaps a little too nonchalant on that occasion. Could it be the giveaway that just gives away back into this game? Galura. Wong, who wanted to go around Patton. That's a brilliant challenge. It's great having some sustained pressure, but something needs to come from it. Stojanovski, they will keep it going. Yard on yard is gained. Inside the final quarter of an hour. Stojanovski tried to set it back for Wong, but it was well read by Frascalzo. Turned it down the line. Galura, unaware of Maliakar, back for he. They sorted that out well. And now perhaps a chance on the break. Galura, forced to check back. Wong. Had Abdelatif. Stojanovski searching for a yard. Here is Moe Abdelatif. Wong. Again hustled by Frascalzo. He, Stojanovski. On the switch for Abdelatif, who's got Paccione to go at. Abdelatif wanted to set it back for Wong, went through the legs, and it's thumped away again by Maliakar. Just getting the bodies behind.
Scintillating footwork by Abdelatif. Couldn't quite find the end product as he's on the receiving end of the ball now. Through the back of him. Did go Maliakar. Wins the foul. Which Wong immediately grabbed. And he's looking to fire now. This could be their chance to get back into the game. The Eagles have started this second half by far the better team, but a dead ball situation for Samuel Wong now to get back into the game. Effort straight into the wall. As he gets it back now from Stojanovski. Full work, brilliant. Big 50-50, which he won. And the chance now for Footscray, couldn't quite figure it out on the far side, was Galara. A crucial 50-50 one there by Wong to stop an easy counter-attack for the Eagles as the ball long for Oliver Patton just over his head.
And that's where they can get at them, Kensington. And where Footscray have that opportunity, when they overcommit, it opens up the space in behind. It's rare when you see it, but they might just have to play a riskier brand of futsal from now on in order to create those chances.
If they're going to get back into the game, that could be their chances. Wong now, very tough and tenacious 50-50 from Maliakar. Sees the ball out of play for a side ball. Stojanovski tries to whip into play for Wong, back out for a corner on his far side. Pacione and Maliakar closing it down. Out for Abdelatif. Has Galara, doesn't want to use him, back out for Wong. Abdelatif, can he find his way onto the left foot? He can. Shot immediately blocked again by Maliakar. They've been clinical in possession and tenacious out of possession. Can they hold off another Footscray attack? Galara. Abdelatif. Can he show a bit more of his dancing feet? Teases with it. Stojanovski. Ball for Wong. All the way back for Abdelatif. Tries with that footwork. Just gets away with it. Has Galara. Doesn't want to use him. The ruler came unstuck. And Patton now on the counter attack. Did well was Wong. And coming back was Galara fantastically to nullify that chance. And Stojanovski now. Patton again. A couple of crucial 50-50s, one for either side to stop almost certain goals. And Galara now can reset possession now for Abdelatif if he wants on this near side. Goes out wider on the other side. And Patton, the opposing number 7s, going blow for blow in this game as Wong dances around one, tries to dance around two. Intercepted though by Pacione. Forward now for Patton. And another crucial interception there, this time from Galara. So both teams threatening with chances. But crucial interceptions are quelling any of that as the ball fizzed across the face of goal by Pacione. High and wide, not threatening the goalkeeper there.
Again, they're just getting looks. When they go on the counter, Stojic. Chopped off by Pacione, all the way for Frascauso. Stojic with a searching run, was found well. Tried to turn away from Galura and did so. Maliakar's on his own! And they've turned in another! It's the stuff of Kensington royalty. A brilliant goal. Worked to perfection. Maliakar held, and then hammered in. They've hit Footscray for 6. It's been supreme. They've absorbed and withheld, and then went for the knockout blow every time. And for Footscray, it's this their look. Our title dreams sliding away. Is the playoff the settle? For Kensington, it's a night of dreams. Safety, at the minimum, is secured right now. For Victorian Lions, it's the stuff of nightmares. And Stojic has been the giver of all of them. Frascauso. And they just cool the game right down. Maliakar. Around Barrientos, Stojic. Frascauso. Stojic, Barrientos went on the high press. Frascauso sliced across it. Perhaps one he would have wanted back. De Tomasis is in a hurry. Footscray have to beat from now on if they are to salvage a chance. Barrientos had a hit. Blay got his angles right. It'll be a Footscray corner. 6 minutes to save themselves if they are to keep the dream alive. Galura. And the whistle hadn't quite sounded for the corner to be taken just yet. Frame readjustments, and again they're in too much of a hurry. And the stop clock not in play yet. You can understand why. Barrientos, take 3. Galura, Blay saves. Cleared only as far as Stojic, who had to nod it to safety. They'd have to get at least one now. Barrientos, Galura, lovely return for Barrientos, who sliced it. Blay went long. Stojic on his own again. This time the touch was loose. He's got 2 options with him. Wanted to go all on his own and flash the effort just wide.
A bit of chaos. Maybe that is the answer for Footscray. He making the save, rolling it out to him and just driving forward, getting a shot, which goes surprisingly close to finding that far corner. As the direct ball again by Stojic. They're getting space in behind in abundance, and this time he makes a great save again as D. Tomasis looks to rebound it, and whistles going everywhere.
The timeout is what's been issued. Footscray needing the troops to be called in. Stojic certainly incensed about that last call. But as we go to timeout, Kensington are on the verge of a shock as it's Footscray 2, Kensington 6. We return from timeout. Footscray going fifth man, and they need to throw the kitchen sink at it and then some. If they are to salvage what could be their title bid. Di Tomasis in for out. Open net momentarily, Frascalzo couldn't. Pacione, could you know? And he's placed it inches wide. Agonisingly wide. From adding a seventh and really finishing Footscray off. And the keeper's touched it twice in his own half. Just to deepen the frustration. And now they might be in a hurry. Keeping in transition. All over the place. Footscray at the moment. It's Pacione. Again pressed by Di Tomasis. Pacione, that's a beauty of a ball! Onto the bar. Stojic on the follow-in. And Morris turned it wide.
Wow. Nearly an instant impact, but not in the way Footscray would have liked just after the timeout as the fly keeper brought into play. Nearly caught out straight away and could be caught out again, but the railing has saved what could quite clearly be described as a certain goal.
A vacant net.
A vacant net. Interchanging of the keepers momentarily left the goal open. As they go with it now, as Di Tomasis, as Davies now, back for Di Tomasis and a crucial block there by Frascalzo. Ryan Davies on this near side, chipping over the top now for Barrientos, but another crucial interception by Mara. Can Ryan Davies be used to effect as Barrientos again tries to find an inch of space but couldn't.
Kalura from the corner. Crashed the side netting. And now Blay wants to go long. Stojic again on his own. Around Kalura. Went on his own. It's a brilliant save from Davis. Flyman was makeshift keeper to great effect. Frascalzo, his touch was a little loose, made it work for Mara, who went early, and again only found the side netting. Footscray will go flat out. They need 5 in 3 minutes. A long shot, but not an impossible one. Barrientos, they have to get a move on though. De Tomasis, dropped off for Al. Lovely spin, on for Barrientos, play with a brilliant save. Frascalzo prevented a corner. Galura went to him, as did Barrientos, and Frescalzo did superbly well.
Brilliant game management there.
Again, they just take the sting out of the situation at the right time. Been the big difference this evening. As Ari mentioned, game management from Kensington has been superb. And now they want timeout. At the next time of asking. Galura nearly lost out. Did in that occasion. Pacione then couldn't keep it out. Barrientos. Had options left and right. Barrientos searching. And Footscray have a corner. One again, they're in a hurry to take. Galura on the switch for Stojanovski. Barrientos. And again, they can't break through. Kensington wall holding firm. Stojanovski. Galura on the switch for Davis. Galura around Stojic. Stojanovski set it back. Galura. Barrientos turned it wide.
Agonisingly.
And that'll be that timeout. Just as Footscray had a glimmer. Kensington call it in. We go to timeout again. It's Footscray 2, Kensington 6. Kensington are closing in on what would be a survival securing win. It would be perhaps a famous one as well over Footscray. He's having a late lunge. On for Au. Steered into play. Has an open net. And Stojic cut it out in a bid to keep the move alive. Sub 2 minutes. They would need a miracle. Something beyond biblical. As Au. On for he once more. Can Footscray at least perhaps find what would only be a consolidation? Stojic will steer it in. Seventh heaven for Kensington, who will secure their safety. Stojic on the end of a night for him that has been simply perfect.
As close to the perfect half of futsal for Kensington. Have not put a foot wrong. Have been clinical with the ball. Have been tenacious and solid without it. And talking about being tenacious and solid without it, one of the best saves you will ever see from Blay.
What a save.
That was out of the top draw. And the effort from Wong deflected over. A microcosm of their performance in this second half. Have not put a foot wrong. And with all at stake tonight, they're doing what they have to do in the context of this season. There's Wong now. Back out for He. Au on the far side. He with a Rabona. Couldn't quite. Pattern. Open nets. And it rolls all the way. They're piling it on now. Party time for the Eagles. It's 8. And I don't think they're going to look to stop anytime soon.
Footscray, crestfallen. What could have been a night for table-topping fantasy is instead certainly not their favourite worst nightmare. It has been a rout and then some. Kensington couldn't have dreamed of this when they walked in this eve, knowing a win would secure survival. To do so in thriving instead of surviving, is something truly special. It's been through grit, it's been through press, it's been through relentlessness, defensive diligence, attacking flair, forward ferocity. And Footscray have had their hopes dented massively. Might it be their title bid being rescinded for the second part of the calendar year? Still in with a playoff push. And Blay fancies another look. He got across and got ahead on it. One team will be singing for salvation. The other wondering, where did it all go wrong? Again, they just have to get the side ball right. Pacione, who's been fantastic. Going at Abdul Latif. And wanted to catch out. Here it is near post. Net readjustment needed. There will be a Kensington corner inside the final half a minute. Footscray heads in hands. They are bewildered, shell-shocked and stunned on that bench and out on court. For Kensington, a sigh of relief can be breathed. Another season of Championship futsal secured. For the Victorian Lions, it'll be back to State League One, a season after promotion. Kensington have really flown at it, and Mara wanted to add another, only being denied by the post. It would have iced a truly delightfully layered cake for Kensington, but it will matter not. Footscray's final charge. Wong might get a consolation. He wasn't able to, and that will be the evening's final involvement. Footscray might have just seen their glimpse at the top go into ashes. For Kensington, safety is secured in the most sensational of fashions. Full time in Darabin. It's Footscray 2, Kensington 8. This is the one. The top two. Hart, who have led most of the way against Northcote, who in recent weeks have usurped them. They have been unwavering. 4 wins in 5 has seen them shoot to the top of the tree and pole position for the season's final sprint. A win tonight would keep them on top and would push them 4 points clear, out on their own, right at the very top of the table and within a win of the promised land and the top flight. The supposition is that they weren't supposed to be here. Bottom in the first season of the calendar year, saved by the downfall of Roxburgh Park. They are shining on their second chance. For Carlton Hart, this is a must-win if they're to keep the bid alive. Defeat would put them within 1 game of having to settle for the playoffs. The goal has always been immediate return. They are hoping it's via the clearest path possible. They met on opening day. Hearts winning 2-0 to start the hunt. Perhaps doing the double over Northcote tonight, Ari, would keep them in it.
It's bound to be a cracker. It is bound to be a game of futsal of the highest quality. With so much at stake, as has been the other game so far tonight, but this potentially the cream of the crop. Both benches very vocal early, both sides very vocal early, very energetic. They both know what's at stake. And we are bound to see a cracking 40 minutes of futsal.
And already Hearts are on the charge, not 1, not 2, but 3 looks on goal and an appeal for a penalty. Just lurking was Buitragao. Really stormed forward. Polido led the appeals for a penalty. These two sides have had really changed fortunes this season. Here is Buitragao again, on for Polido. Berry was on the switch, Paul Valenti had dropped in, he went Berry instead. Buitragao has a teasing effort, cut out by Marisic. North could have really upped the ante in the last month. Only 1 defeat in that time has seen them climb to the top. Berry's on the charge, and quickly across was Costa. Took the sting out of it for Fagacha to claim. Marisic played it back for Cadero, cut out, and Buitragao has thumped hard ahead. Inside 3 minutes, the league lead has already shifted. Hard on a night where they have to win, land the first statement.
They've capitalised on a very good opening couple of minutes. Aggressive, high tempo, energetic futsal, and a foul on the near side. As Hart will have another chance to go forward with through Berry now. And they've already got that early goal. They've stamped their authority on the game. A second one early would really put the cat amongst the pigeons. And they're looking, especially in the opening couple of minutes, the more threatening side.
Drop back for Buitragao, who was the beneficiary of that early goal. Polido, we've seen tonight, how getting your foot in the door can pay dividends further down the line. Cordero had to get a foot in as Pulverenti was lurking. So as it stands, Hart leapfrog back to the top of the table. A point for Northcote would steady them top of the tree for now. Hart do still have to play Footscray later in the campaign. But for now, all is to be thrown. Woodrick out. Around Costa. On for Pulido. Hart searching. Recycled out to Berry. Pulido. Pulverenti darted. Pulido went to find him. And Fagaccia came across. And had to push it out of play. Real hush. Berry. Pulido. Had an early hit. Angle was never his friend. Cora as well. Was just keeping the door relatively shut. Tasso Costa. Maricic. Costa once more. Cordero. This is better from Northcote. And a lovely take from Cowra. And it was just behind Cordero as they went to surge forward. Their first real look of the evening.
Yes, exactly right. Their first real chance to create something. When you don't have the ball, you can't create. And Hart have dominated proceedings early, dominated possession. They've had chance after chance. And when they haven't, they've controlled the ball. Now wide for Berry. He plays the pass and runs looking for the reverse ball. Physical high press defence from Northcote, trying to wease themselves back into the game. Costa there with a lunging tackle. All the way back out for Berry on the far side. The ball tries to find him again, couldn't quite. And all the way back for a Northcote ball.
Very high octane start. As again, long for Butchrigout. And one of the officials protects us in the commentary box.
How kind of him. Coming right for my headset.
Either side, sparing the other so far. It's been a night where everyone could wear one. We aren't safe either. Passo gave it back to Butchrigout. On for Berry. Echevarria lurking furthest forward. Butchrigout again. Passo. Hart really controlling the early proceedings. Cordero with a good read. Dropped it off for Costa. Maricic. On for Cora. Couldn't turn it beyond Butchrigout. Northcote are just settling. Hart are without top scorer Aidan Power tonight. No Alex LaRocca either. As Costa had a hit. And Chaffee, first time he's been called upon, sprawled to success. Butchrigout. Berry. Again, they take their time. Passo. Away from Cordero. Back for Butchrigout. Cora went on the cross too. Lovely ball for Berry. Is away from Maricic. A smashing placement for Passo, who wanted the thread back, but Fagaccia was in the way. Costa skipped around Echevarria, and on the switch couldn't find Cordero. Everything running for Carlton Hart at the moment.
Back out for Butchrigout. His pass on the far side, doesn't use him, goes for Berry, loses his feet but regains it. Back out for Butchrigout. Isolates Costa. Has pass on the far side, uses him. Left-footed effort. Shot blocked, rolling just to the side of our broadcast desk. Passo. Back into proceedings. The goal scorer, now dictating. Passo. Dropping the shoulder. Chavari. To play with Passo all the way. Find him now. Forward ball, intercepted. Chance for Northcote, long range effort! And Cordero looked to catch a goalkeeper out early with an effort from borderline halfway. And Shafai got down low, tipped it behind for a corner. So their first real look on goal, it came with an early strike from long range, but if they're going to get themselves back into this contest, it starts with that.
And here is Cordero again. Wanted Kara. Wittrig out. Trying to force him back. Does so to Maricic. Maricic went early, and that's a brilliant tip from Shafay. Fabulous save as it was dipping devilishly. Palmed it away for a Northcote corner. Maurice Interisi on the Heart touch line tonight. Rebecca Davis taking over managerial duties. Passo. Played it to Mew. Had Maricic, rolled it into Echevarria. Wittrig out. Went on the return, cut up by Cordero, and then Maricic came across. Started to settle Northcote after the concession of an early goal. Finding their way into this game. Pulverenti. Passo. Again had options. Pulverenti was one. Mew. He was a player who got minutes towards the latter stage of that relegation season from the top flight. And he would love to be a part of the puzzle and a piece of a team that returns to it. At the moment, that will be the case for Carlton Heart. Halfway point to the first half. Northcote blinked first early. Pulverenti for Mew. Passo urging him to give it to him on the switch. Now on the charge, Echevarria. Just in before Maricic, Passo once more. Pulverenti! Flashed his effort over. It's another good look that Hearts have created. Bahmani on for his first minutes for Northcote too. And here he is, found by Peter Lynn, who's also instated for the first time this evening as well. Carlton Heart holding firm on the defensive end. Echevarria. Went to go at Lynn, dropped it off for Passo. Pulverenti. Threaded for Mew terrifically. And Maricic got a good foot in.
He's done well tonight. Maricic, a couple of crucial defensive interceptions to stop this lead growing early on. Echevarria. Near side, Maricic did well again, another interception, left foot effort, right into the back of Passo. And that, they're slowly starting to creep their way back into the game. Starting to get a little bit more of the ball. Starting to find their way into the game. Lynn, on this near side, using not the match ball, so it'll be retaken. Now for Maricic, left-footed effort. Easy for the goalkeeper, not troubling at all. Echevarria on the far side. Passo takes it to his chest brilliantly, but the return ball for Echevarria. Couldn't quite find him as Maricic looks to bring the ball back into play. There's Bahmani behind him, uses it. Pressed by Passo. Maricic pressed by Echevarria. Forward ball. Turnover. Passo on the far side. Can he be used? He can't, and a foul given. Pulverenti earns it. And over it immediately. Ball out wide. Waiting for the referee's whistle. A caution. To Cora. And Hart now have a chance. Pass on this near side all alone. Will he be used? He is. Drops his shoulder back onto his left. All the way back and receives it again. Back out way for Mew. Passo. Echevarria was the man in search of that ball. Just overhit. Out of play. So maybe we can get a lull in proceedings and Northcote can really establish themselves into this game as the direct ball from the goalkeeper just finds a space too much for Coria. So Hart regain possession, and that is something that Northcote probably need to try and capitalise more on the time they are in possession, to try and get their way back into this game.
I was about to say it's been a bit wasteful from
Profligate.
Northcote with the ball so far. And yet another foul, this time Pulido by Bahmani.
They are racking up.
It's 4 now for Northcote, and you can hear Marisic's call of no more fouls. Perhaps best to put a lid on things. And a froth mop needed. Caught a little bit slippery. Clock halted as the mop. And you can see Joshua Fusco on the froth mop post haste.
He's a jack of all trades, this man.
The commissioner is a man of the people.
Walking and mopping with authority.
There's never a dull moment in this centre.
Brilliant work, Josh.
Everyone's happy. It's a good job from Joshua Fusco. Pulverenti resets things. Passo had Costa to go at. Ran out of room. Northcote still yet to really give their stamp on this game. Cordero happy to go back to Fogaccia. Cordero once more when searching for Bahmani. Pulverenti picked it up. Mew's touch was tidy. Cordero came crashing. Mew kept rolling and couldn't place it for Passo at the back post. Ever so close to adding a second were Carlton Hart. Just as Northcote were getting ahead of steam. Deep side ball for Lynn. Fogaccia. Cordero. A very deep setup. Bahmani the only one forward. It's been problematic. No sustained possession. Side have gone very direct. Pulido on the switch for Mew. Butragao fancied an early go. Just wasn't quite able to pick a target. But that is where the issue has been for Northcote as we approach the stop clock at the end of the first half. Hearts have been searching. They've had more purpose in possession. Fogaccia went long. Bahmani backed out. Touch for Cordero, who caught his volley sweet, but unfortunately caught it with much height too.
Nearly a perfect set play. Long to the target man, chest down for the runner. Just could not quite get the shot. Just on target, seemed to get under it. And it was way too much height. Not troubling the goalkeeper at all. Berry brings the ball back into play. Receives it again on this near side. Isolating Costa. Butrago just ran out of room. He's being a big influence for Hart. Whenever they go forward, whenever they've got a good spell of possession, he's normally involved. And critically involved in that. Scorer of the opening goal, chance moments ago. He's always involved for this team.
And the one thing him and Berry have given this Hart side as well is just energy on the flanks, and that's why they've been able to nullify Northcote so well.
Fantastic analysis. Berry on this near side. Butcher go. Bahmani looking to press. Ball out wide. Man on this near side, Mew. The forward pass. Couldn't quite find Pulido. And a timeout is called from Hart, it seems like. So we will go to a break with Hart in control of this top of the table clash.
We return from timeout. Heart a goal up and trying to push themselves right back to the top of the table. Butragao was there. Echevarria was on his own. Just couldn't quite get the finishing touch. It was an awkward one to take. Sfagacha went long for Costa. Two very different styles of futsal unfolding. Hart more patient, Northcote more direct. Around Maricic was Berry. On for Echevarria, who tiptoed around two and kept the move alive terrifically. Berry, Polido. Berry once more. On the switch for Butragao, who dropped. Polido. Again, Hart just keeping their cool. That's a lovely ball for Echevarria, who's got Cordero to go at. Berry. Not around Maricic, and now it might break for him. A loose touch, but Butragao recovered. Tidy challenge, Maricic on for Costa. Northcote just wanting some sustained pressure. That's a smashing switch for Maricic! Tipped wide by Chaffee. It's another super save. And a Northcote corner. A car was lurking centrally as well. Could this be the opportunity that brings a leveller? Taken out for Cordero. Deflected off Polido. Berry got in the way. Cordero's challenge was a good one. Him and a car came across. Berry will keep it rolling. On the switch for Butragao. Just under 3 to half time. Hart happy to keep it cool. Polido. Berry. Polido once again. Butragao. Northcote sitting in. Berry went darting. Kept it alive. Cordero wanted to come across and did to good effect. A car on the charge. Costa up with him. A car. Cordero stole in around Chaffee and out of play. It's been a better look, however. Comfortably their best patch of the first half.
A little bit more of a physical intent coming out of that timeout. You saw here Cordero with a aggressive, tenacious challenge and getting on the end of the ball there. Echevarria now, can he try to find a space, but a car did well. And Butragao, can he line it up on the right foot? Fade the shot. Out for Berry. Echevarria tries to switch the ball through for Butragao, and a foul given against Berry for Cordero. As a car makes way for Coria for Northcote. Yeah, a little bit more of a physical presence from Northcote coming out of that timeout break. And I think that is potentially how they're going to get back into this game, as Maricic now on the far side. Cordero. Ball for Costa. Straight to his head and out of play. And Echevarria will bring the ball back into play.
Second for Polido. Maricic went to him immediately. Passo's on the drop-off, as is Butragao. Passo, they ran out of room. And Hearts, perhaps, trying not to be architects of their own downfall. Kara's side ball. Left for Maricic. Couldn't find Costa. Deflected for Kara. Set for Maricic. And Costa on the second. Blocked by Polido. Passo on the slide. Butragao ever so composed. Lovely futsal from Hart to evade the press. Passo around Costa. On for Polido, that was oh so deft. Gets it back from Echevarria. Terrific futsal from Hart. Here's Echevarria once more. Butragao, not around Cordero, whose challenge was a good one. Echevarria, they kept it alive. Butragao, on for Passo. Echevarria, Passo. Butragao, the set for Passo. Maricic got a foot in. Costa went bundling. Passo stayed down. Echevarria continued. Advantage going. That'll be 5 for Northcote after it's given. Passo. Polido turned over. And 5 fouls for Northcote after the rolling foul. They'll have to keep it clean in the final minutes of the break. Hart will be hunting for Gacha. For Kaura, good foot in from Butrigau. Cordero to reset. Marisic. Cordero. Tidier from Northcote. Kaura. Lovely. Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! Kaura steals in for 1-1. And having been on the back foot in the final minutes of the break, they fly themselves level.
Brilliant team goal. And what a time to do it. Right before the break. They called that, the timeout was called, and they've strangled a bit of momentum back since then, and they've capitalised in a beautiful way. Clinical finish, beautiful build-up. And if they can hold the parity till the break, it will make for a tantalising 20 minutes of futsal. But they have to hold on. It's Butrigau now with Paso. Goes further forward. Echevarria. Bakora, can he capitalise now again on the defensive mistake? Perhaps. Butrigau did well and driving the ball forward. Cordero now and Coria. Can they find a way between themselves? Foul given. Butrigau pleading his case, throwing the arms in frustration. And Northcote will call a timeout.
Final play of the first half, perhaps. 11 seconds when we return. Timeout Northcote. And as we go to it, they have got their leveller in the final minute of the first half, as it's Northcote 1, Carlton Hart 1. We return from timeout. 11 seconds to half time. Northcote have got themselves level against Hart. And as it stands, stay top of the tree. Could they complete the turnaround before the break? Some in search of sweets, which... Will there be something sweet? Marisic. Cordero was on his own! And ever so nearly steered it in. Hart left him completely unmarked. And ever so nearly paid the price. Is that the first half's final act? You feel as though it will be.
So close to the perfect set play coming out of the timeout. Inches away.
We had hypothesised what might happen. Final one before the break. 2 seconds. Cordero can't quite believe it. Echevarria stayed lurking, but the whistle will beat them all. A real arm wrestle of a title fight is going to go to its final half. Half time in Darabin. It's Northcote 1, Carlton Hart 1. We return from half-time for a possibly mammoth half of futsal. Northcote went a goal down early. They got their equaliser late on and now are still sitting pretty top of the table, but are searching for a 4-point buffer between themselves and Carlton Hart. And Cordero's on the charge. Carroll was lurking. Shafay got collected.
Clutching his face.
Collateral damage was Mohamed Shafay. Nothing malicious about it. Clearly a coming together. Hearts goalkeeper in need of some attention. He's no stranger to wearing a blow, Mohamed Shafay. Did so on many an occasion last season when Hart were in series futsal. Had a couple of breaks for a blood nose. Came back on both occasions. He's a tough lad. And he seems to be okay to carry on. Northcote with the first warning shot. Pulverenti ricocheted for Berry. Brilliant challenge from Cordero. Costa now battling. Cower wants to go on the charge. Can't work it out away from Butragao. Berry around Cordero. And Cower came crashing through.
Costa using his big frame to get ahead of Berry there on that far side. The opposing number 9s going to work. Near side. Paludo. Butragao. Berry. Beautiful flick ball. Couldn't quite get the return pass. And Butragao did well as Polito to come back and nullify any potential counter-attacking threats as Berry on this near side. Back for Butragao. And fantastic defensive work by Marisic.
And just how quickly Hart were able to get those 3 behind the ball. It's a sign of a team who defensively have been really well drilled. They have a point to prove as well, coming off 2 straight defeats. Cordero dropped it for Costa. Now Marisic. And Berry does well. The 3 straight defeats, it wouldn't spell the end for their title charge, but 4 points behind with 2 games to go. It puts Northcote right on the brink of the promised land. And a serious futsal berth as Costa had 2 go to it. Blocked by Berry and Butragao. Hart defensively diligent at the start of the second half. Marisic's take from Costa, and we'll have another corner. See if they can find a goal that would put them ahead. Marisic fizzed across, out to Cordero. Kara took it on the spin, and Shafay got down well. Pulido had to hammer it away, but Northcote have started this half stronger and are really starting to turn the screws.
Almost a polar opposite at the start of the first half. Hart were the better team, were the more aggressive team, the more proactive team in the first opening minutes of the first half, but Northcote have completely flipped the script, and a near perfect move by Kura on the far side as he just about ran out of real estate. That would have been highlight reel worthy, as he would have found himself eyeball to eyeball with the goalkeeper. But the referee, perfect spot. Saying a side ball for Hart as Berry's ball intercepted nearly with the second counter press. His long ball up, couldn't quite find Costa there. From Cordero. Berry. Facing Cordero, back for Butragao. Ball direct. Finds Berry again. Marisic did well to coming across, putting the immediate pressure on.
And if that little roulette's anything to go by, every single thing in this second half is going to be put under the biggest of microscopes. You cannot get any finer margins.
No. In such a high-stakes game, you've got to play at every stop to try and find that extra yard. Butragao, his pass, a bit lackadaisical, all the way back to his goalkeeper. Polverenti couldn't quite find it. Pulido, Berry. Butragao. Berry tries to flick on header. Ball a little bit too high for him. Couldn't quite find a man with the run. Arms thrown in dismay. As Paso enters the field, Costa. Forward down for Marisic. Pressured by Berry. Berry wins the ball back and gets past Marisic. Ball stays in play. Can they find the man now? All the way back they go. And the hit straight into the path of Kura from Pulido. And Butragao on the far side will bring the ball back into play. So, Northcote started the better side. Hart regaining their control back into the game. As the effort on goal, straight into the path of Paso, couldn't quite, and Marisic sees the ball out of play.
Quarter of an hour to go, and it could be the most telling quarter of an hour. When you think about the pathway that these sides have taken, Northcote were on the brink of relegation. Many said they might not have supposed to be there because of how the drop worked at the end of Season 1 of 2025. They are now relishing, and on merely just under 15 minutes from the possibility of a 4-point buffer at the top of the table. If it stays this way, it's at least retention at the top of the tree by a point. It's Berry who's looking to change that. Went around Marisic and deflected off Kara for a corner. In fact, hang on a minute. Officials will converse. Handball is the initial call.
I think against Marisic, perhaps.
They're saying it might have hit his waist. Echevarria certainly making his thoughts on it clear. Officials really conversing. Rebecca Davis ponders and is most displeased at the clock ticking, and it will be a corner instead of a handball. Maybe North could have ticked some pressure seconds away without knowledge of it. Pulido with an effort just steered it over. So Hearts almost with a clear look. North could survive a heart-in-mouth moment. Fogaccia found Cora. Butragal held him up. Costa went on the switch for Maricic. Cordero couldn't clip it beyond Butragal. North could have played with more freedom. I feel as though the shackles are off them this second half. They've really started to put hard under pressure. Maricic quickly deflected out to Costa, who sliced across. Cowra made it work. Maricic, again not beyond Butragal, and again had to concede, although he had Costa as an option. Butragal in a hurry. Hart wanting it with haste. Pulido. Foster a cycle to Berry. Butragal beyond Maricic. Passo's return. Butragal sat the ball down and hit the upright. And on the second attempt, the post and the bar. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. What more did they need to do to score?
Don't have any words for it. They hit all three sections of the upright. Left post, right post, and the crossbar. From a combined 2 yards away, it seems.
Just remarkable.
If that is going to be an indication of what we're in store for the next 11 minutes, then it's going to be a cracking game of futsal as North go up the other end and had a big chance denied as Costa now on this near side looking to recycle possession all the way from Maricic, who finds Costa again on the chest, out wide. And seen out of play by Cora, who wanted the side ball and will get it. He lays it off for Costa. Has Maricic and uses him on the left foot effort. Coming across. Butragal did well as Echevarria enters the court. Cordero deep. He's used. Maricic. Onto the left. Ball inside. Cowra did well. Butragal. Tenacious defensive effort as he makes his way from the court.
And he's really battled tonight, Butragal. He's shown that real grit and that real desire that you need in a game of this importance. Him and Berry have linked up wonderfully for Hart, and when Paul Verenti's come on, he's been another example of it.
In a game with such high stakes, you need those players on the court at all times, especially in crucial moments. They are the match winners. They are the decisive players in games like this. As Mew comes onto the court now and immediately in action. With Paul Verenti back for Mew. Looks up, sees Maricic, and goes back as the effort from Echevarria sliced, seen well wide.
Northcote bench were certainly best pleased by that. Costa was vocal. Maricic, Cordero, couldn't spin it beyond Echevarria. Lynn was in retreat. Pulverenti. Getting on for Echevarria. And the switch was Passo. Bachmani stuck a leg in. Hart have advantage. Pulverenti. Passo. Went with loft from Mew and it was tidy. Cordero choreographed it well and now could lead a break. Bachmani up with him. Cordero around one. Passo on the slide and North could have a free kick. Just for Ollie Mew's pull back. So we'll have one rolling foul for the initial and then one the other way. Northcote free kick. Cordero to take. Inside the final 10 minutes. It is Cordero to hit and Shafay got a good palm.
Fantastic save.
Had to get across to make it. That was headed for the top corner otherwise. Lynn's corner. Out for Cordero, take two perhaps. Cut out by Pulverenti, and now Mew can go. Passo's up with him, and it's a brilliant save at the other end from Fogaccia, and Cordero crashed his way through in return.
bit overzealous, but need to do what you need to do in games like this and in moments like this. Heading into crunch time now. So much on the line. Mew picks up the ball on this near side even. Echevarria now. Can he find Mew again? Well, he's going to go wider. Mew, inboard. Paso couldn't quite. Nearly using his body, shifting his weight to get it onto his left, to get it onto his right foot, to maybe swivel and hit it onto the left. Crucial interception by Cordero there.
And that's the best futsal Hard have played in this second half so far. It's not that they've lacked rhythm. I think it's North could have really found their groove to start this second period. And Hard have had to soak that up. But now that they've withstood that storm, what can they throw at them?
Polverenti strike. Near post, not really troubling the goalkeeper. They get the corner. Mew bringing it back into play. Short ball across. Paso chance! And fizzes across the face of goal. Those are the moments. Those are the chances. That could come back to bite either side if they don't take them, as a long ball goes up now for Bamani. Lynn. Bakmani running out of real estate. And Echevarria will bring the ball back into play, looking to go in a hurry. Both sides looking to up the tempo. Increase the pace of this game. Trying to create more chances, maybe force more chances. Mew. Back out for Polverenti. Echevarria. Has Polverenti. Has Mew. Uses Polverenti. Lynn hits the deck. Referees in unison say play on as Paso's run to the corner. Just seeing the ball out of play. Costa looking to rebound. What would be the mentalities for both sides now heading into the final portion of the game? It's a question you got to ask, question you got to wonder. Costa now. Cordero, Lynn. Cordero, ball inside. Bomari did well, coming across there. And Paso now. Oh, miscommunication there from Echevarria and Mew. Both didn't go, both wanted the other to go. And Costa will rebound the ball back in.
Just to go to that question, I think if you're Northcote, you wouldn't be too displeased with how this half has played out so far. They have played the better futsal so far in this half. They've withstood what Hard have had to throw at them. They've limited the chances, and they've had more looks of their own. It's been still cautious, as that from Costa is perhaps a little too cautious, but Mew ran out of room to spare his blushes. For Hart, it's just about finding a way to take a chance. Paso had a look. Lim, Cordero goes very long. And just for a moment, Shafay might have had hearts in mouths. Rebecca Davis wants timeout. I'm just wondering for whom to issue it to. That's Echevarria. It's the charger Costa, whose challenge was terrific. And he couldn't recycle it for Lim. And Hart want timeout. Becca Davis decides to wait. Polverenti, Paso. Back with Polverenti once more. Next available, you imagine, as Paso. Echevarria. Not around Cordero, who did terrifically to show the door.
Brilliantly done. Using his physicality, using his presence. In a crucial defensive act. It's a ball for Costa. As Bakmari wants to use him and does use him. And back for Costa, his effort deflected. Forward, Mew. Can the counter-attack be on? Costa again, using his big frame to get in the way. Couldn't quite find Bakmani on the far side. As we head to a timeout. With tick under 5 to go. Both sides know what is at stake. And we are threatening for a big 5 minutes of futsal after this break.
We return from timeout. Stop clock territory, down the stretch. Northcote and Hart, dead level. If it stays this way, the Warriors remain at the top of the table at the expense of a Hart side who have led for most of the way. Berry couldn't get around Bakhmani. Costa then took over. Wanted to thread for Cowra. Bakhmani, they try to work it out. That's a lovely touch from Pulido. On to Berry. Butragal went looking. Cordero got a foot in. Cowra kept it alive just about. And then went with too much height to find a continuing Cordero. Hart reset. What can they throw at this Northcote side? Two teams who defensively have been better than anybody else in the division. Only 17, now 18 against for Northcote. It's been the firepower for either that has just been enough throughout this campaign, and they will be hoping that they find something in the time that remains, something that would steer them perhaps towards series futsal and the Premiership in itself. That's wasteful from Butragal.
The defence has been a big part of both these two teams' seasons, but also their game tonight. Crucial 50-50 wins for either side, crucial interceptions, crucial blocks. It seems that both of these sides just have it in them to be solid defensively when it matters. As the high press from Hart forced the turnover. It's Berry on the far side. Mew, with the whole court to look at and to assess his options, receives it back from Berry. And Berry now with the same predicament. Ball out wide now for Paludo. Tries to find Berry, gets past Costa, keeps the ball in play. Can he get it back from Butragal? He can. Couldn't quite get the shot from under his feet. Butragal now! Berry! Butragal! Perhaps doing too much with it. Both players having chance to strike it. Eventually it was delayed. And a fantastic stop by Focaccia in goal. And Costa now pull forward. Bakhmani, can he go by himself? He can! And inches away from Shafai's goal. As both sides can breathe a sigh of relief, but also feel the anguish of being inches away from taking the lead.
Two huge opportunities. The chances have been scarce in this second half. Butragal, Berry wanted the return. They weren't on the same wavelength. Just how important could that counter prove to be? Could that save from Focaccia prove to be? Right down the line. 2:20 to find a winner. To find our table topper. Cordero went looking and Paso flicked it away. Sustained Northcote pressure. They are looking to land a blow that would leave Hart in critical condition. Costa left it for Maricic. Cora's take was heavy. And Pulido found Butragal, who can go. Berry, it's a lovely touch for Paso, who has belted it in. Could that be the one that steers Hart back towards the promised land? Placed to perfection, and Northcote have it to do.
Picture perfect at the perfect time for Paso on this near side. What a time to pull that out of the bag. He's been threatening all day. Both sides have been threatening all day. But that was the breakthrough that Hart have perhaps deserved, depends on the balance of the game, but have definitely got and will look to hold on to as Butragal now rebounding the ball back in with the goal scorer, Berry. Maricic. Forward ball now for Courier. Through for Costa. Just got away from him. Surely there's going to be more acts of desperation.
Paso went long. Changing the goalkeeping ranks in Northcote. Substitution made. Plug was pulled. Phelan Naylor is the one. Tass was seeing it through. As Northcote go fifth man. Now or never, you get the feel for the league leaders. And here is Phelan Naylor. Marisic. Cordero threaded for Cora. Cordero on the switch for Marisic, who sliced it. Butrigal went on the slide. Couldn't quite get anything on it. Marisic sliced across it as he went to hit. Approaching the final minute. Is there yet to be more late drama in Darebin? Hearts have been the masters of it this season. Stop clock, stoppage time, heroics, and sometimes some somber moments in there too. Is there one last surge? For both of these sides. Either looking for a way. Barry's take. Pulverenti wins a corner. Cordero had to get the challenge him.
Brilliant game management. They know what's at stake. They know what they need to do.
Again, Pulverenti goes to that corner. And this time, Cordero wins it, and Pulverenti, as the timeout was called, went to dive on it and handle it.
Clutching his face by the looks of things as well.
So the timeout's issued, and when Josh Pulverenti returns to his feet, he will be issued with a yellow card, you'd imagine. Offer was not rescinded. Pulverenti in the book. We get a timeout. Hearts have found their goal as we head to the final minute. It's Northcote 1, Carlton Heart 2. We return from timeout for the final time tonight. Northcote have a minute on the dot to save themselves. Costa's been found and his touch evades him. Brilliant, brilliant ball from Phelan Naylor. Shafe's turn to return serve. Pulido. Pulverenti, not beyond Cordero. How long can Hart hang on? Sub 60 is all that's required. Pulido. Return to Berry. Rebecca Davis urging them to keep it. Butrigal, who started it all. Pulido. Butrigal. Pulverenti. That's a lovely touch for Berry, who's got options arriving. One of whom's Butrigal, who stumbled and twisted. Berry couldn't get a touch. Costa for Cordero. Is there a late sting? He's loft over the top as he took a tumble. 24 seconds. And a froth mop needed. Again, Joshua Fusco post haste. A real eagerness about the commissioner's urgency.
With authority again.
He's not here to mess around.
No. Not in this crunch time. Doing what he does best.
Down the final stretch. Hart have just got to hold on for a third of a minute. Cut out by Costa. Pulverenti battled. Cowra dropped it for Marisic. His effort blocked. Cordero's wasn't! He has crashed it in! And might that be the top of the table? It's a corker of a drive. And Northcote might have saved themselves. Out of this world. Caught it as sweet as you like. And he might have just, for the time being, kept Northcote at the top of the tree. Might they be done yet? Butragao under pressure, had to thread, it was too much for Passo. And that'll be that, you feel. One last look, you might as well have a go for the win. Hard to hang on. They couldn't, could they? Cordero, Costa was lurking, Chaffee spilled, and time will beat them. Almost remarkable. Unbelievable. For Northcote, it'll feel like a win. It keeps them top of the table. Hart threw everything at it. They thought, just for a moment, they might be surging for the title, but the Warriors showed some steel. And right at the very last, stole it with a beauty. Full time in Darabin, at the end of a dramatic round. It's Northcote 2, Carlton Hart 2, and we will see you on Sunday.
أكبر